really.
Yeah, really.
Sounds helpful.
Yep, it does.
You don't need that.
No. This is Radio Free Cybertron episode 414. Is that an error code?
No,
Probably.
I think you ran out of error codes.
Okay, that's 414, recorded April 22nd, 2015. I'm your host, Brian Kilby. With me this week, Chris, a.k.a. XV Diecast, who doesn't have a real human name, Matt, a.k.a. Melvar, Don, and Rob Clay, who I could call RAC because he commented on Twitter today that he kind of misses using his screen name.
Well, it's not that I miss it. It's just that it's kind of funny now that I'm on, Fanboy versus Transformers, where everyone but me has a screen name. So
Doesn't mean we all use them, though.
And speaking of Fanboy versus Transformers, today was episode 7, something like that, and you reviewed Windblade number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Featuring the debut of the Protectobots and Larry.
Yeah. Spoilers.
Yeah. Yes.
So check that out. So also this week we have some other awesome shows. Just posted today, There Goes My Money, guest starring Chris. What was the big item this week, guys? What was the big item you talked about?
Well, like most expensive?
Was there like an item, a must-have item?
Oh, well, actually, yeah, and that's going to kind of cross over into the stuff we got this week.
Okay. So we'll talk about that then.
Yeah.
So other shows on the network this week, we had the minicast, which was the long-awaited RC special featuring Headmaster Don.
Perhaps you've heard of him.
I listened to that, and I enjoyed that thoroughly.
Yeah, Don, I got to give you credit. That was a great show.
That was an awesome show.
It did. I'll admit, I didn't sound quite as cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs as I was afraid I would.
No, you came
Don,
across really good.
To be
If
honest,
you
Don, I
didn't
think
sound yeah.
Go ahead. We all have those fears. Go ahead, Diecast.
If you didn't sound crazy, I think John didn't do his job properly.
Boy, that could be really taking it.
That's pretty good.
No, Don, I think we all have those fears of sounding a little crazy when we, go on these things. It's not just you.
Yeah.
I probably should.
Edit point.
Every damn week.
Yeah, I love you, Skype. And also, we had Being Awesome with Rob Springer, asking the listeners, what do you think is awesome? And also RFC Extra, which actually was an episode that Don talked about how he got Masterpiece Exhaust. So we talked about Combiner Wars Wave 3 and a couple of other things. Next week's episode is going to be about our wait for last week's wonderful BotCon Shattered Glass Stepper news.
You should have bumped that up, honestly.
Well, I'm saving it.
I mean, it's more like context relevant this week.
Yeah. Oh, so Cassia says that the error code 414 is requested URL is too long.
See, I knew
That must
it was
be
an
pretty
error
uncommon
code.
these days. Like, that sounds like a legacy code.
But I mean, I think the current standard, it's like 256 characters maximum for a URL. So
Well, is that why like Tiny URL was created or something?
no, that's because it's too.
That's for convenience.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's that. So let's see here. So did anybody get anything cool this week?
Well, judging by this, I think we all did a little bit. So you were asking about the must-get item that we talked about on There Goes My Money, and I think it's this little legend-size Windblade figure from Iron Factory. Because this is actually a really nice little figure at a pretty decent price for a third party.
And we feel it may be better than the deluxe Windblade, so...
Well, I think this had an advantage because it had time to, study the deluxe figure and, learn what that did and kind of refine it. And, the necessary simplification to make a Legends figure work solidly. I mean, it all really works in the design's favor. I said this on Twitter and on the show. I really think this is one time when it's not unreasonable to wish that the official version was a little bit more like the third-party take on it. Because there's nothing on this that would not be reasonable, realistic, or feasible to do at Hasbro budget at deluxe level. it would totally work, and the figure would be a little bit stronger for it, I think. But I really like this for about $23 before shipping. It's a little on the small side for a Legends toy, but it's really, really nice.
Cool, very cool. I kind of want it. How much was it again?
23 before shipping. What I was saying to Diecast when we recorded yesterday was, this probably isn't going to like sell out super fast, and with BotCon just a couple months away, this might be a good thing to put on the dealer room shopping list, because I really expect these will be all over the place.
Cool. Yeah, I'll definitely check that out.
And probably gone very quickly too.
Well, I'm not saying look for it on Sunday, but
So are third-party toys still banned from BotCon? I forgot.
I think that only happened the 1 year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because last year they were pretty much just everywhere.
I think that only happened in 2012 for our amusement while we were there.
Yeah.
So it'll
2012.
probably happen again then.
Yeah.
Maybe.
God, this is gonna be a huge BotCon. Basically, everybody is there but Rob Springer.
That's a shame, too.
I know.
Yeah.
Darn you, Rob Springer.
Well, he'll be at TFCon, presumably, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, we'll still get our chance to hang out with Rob this year.
Yeah. I've already had my chance to hang out with Rob. It's been great.
Screw you.
Anybody else get anything cool?
Y'all go ahead. Sorry.
I'm
Okay.
going last. So whoever goes next.
Yeah, Brian wants to go last with the big bag of disappointment. I got a...
No. Something else. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Cynicus, the Mastermind Creations, not
Voss.
DJD Voss. And it's about that big. It's a little fiddly in gun mode, like things tend to pop and it tends to kind of move out of place a little bit. It's not horrible. It's a decent robot though.
So-
I don't know if it's $85 decent,
So
but
my problem with that, and I hate to say this, and I hate to sound terrible, but because he's a comic book character and he hasn't had an official toy, they don't have something to rip off and basically steal the IP from. So it's like, I don't really, I can't expect much of a third-party toy that doesn't have an official representation first. I don't mean that in a terrible way. I know they're doing a fan service, giving us a toy that, we want. But I just, without having a real base figure to work from, a design, it just doesn't do anything for me.
And to me, it's kind of the opposite, because this is something that, by all rights, is never going to get made officially.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Just based on what it is. So, if you're going to take something from Transformers and make an unofficial toy of it, do it with something that's not going to ever have that official toy. And I kind of like this better conceptually, because it gives them a chance to exercise their engineering skills to, create this and make it work physically from scratch, even if maybe it doesn't work completely well. Diecast, the instability in gun mode, does it not have like tabs or anything to help it hold together, or do they not fit, or
it
like,
has
what's the
tabs,
purpose?
but they're minimal and they're small. So, I mean, it's okay. It's not perfect, but it is a very, because it's a sniper rifle, it's a very thin gun. So it's not like Megatron, who's a handgun, who actually the gun has some mass to it. This has hardly any mass to it. I mean,
it's
very
distributed. It's
skinny.
distributed instead of being more compact.
The proportions are different, yeah.
Yeah. So
Well, Diecast, being Mastermind, how is the actual build quality of the plastic and everything? Being Mastermind, I'm thinking it's going to be pretty good.
yeah, the build quality is great. The paint's great. It comes with an alternate head, which is a little bit different. So I mean, I'm impressed with the quality of the toy. It's just a little tiny bit fiddly in gun mode. But the other thing I got this week, because and people say on Facebook that you join a certain group that starts with an A and ends with hole when you get one of these figures. So I joined that group, and that's the Combiner Wars G1 Megatron. I happened to walk into a Walmart, and it was there. And it was funny because I wasn't there shopping for toys. I was there shopping
Yet
for.
you wound up in the toy section.
Oh well, I mean, if I'm in the
how
store,
can you
I gotta walk
not?
through?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't all the time, believe it or not.
You're weird.
That's the only reason I ever go.
I go for
What,
groceries.
well, yeah, like what about groceries?
But it was their second stocking of it because I missed it the first time at that same store, so I was pretty happy.
Cool.
So have you opened it? Have you messed with it?
I have not opened it.
I like it.
I meant to, but it's the same transformation as the Armada, so
But it looks so much better.
Yeah,
So much better.
So
I
much
still
better.
like the Armada. I still like the Armada.
Well, I mean, everyone has their own personal taste. It's just, I hope they do that in actual G2 colors, but that's just me.
That's gonna be some kind of exclusive.
Yeah.
I'm thinking if you really want the Armada Megatron, Sunday on BotCon, you will be able to, get one of those for a song.
Yeah.
Or a cheerwine.
Yeah, or cheerwine.
That's your one.
Don, did you
Oh,
have
come
something?
on, this isn't Shardacon. It's not magic.
Don, did you have something?
I technically yes. It's en route. I haven't received it yet, but the Chosen Prime has sent me my 8031, which is the revamp, retool, recolor, rechrome movie 4 Optimus Prime. Basically, it's the black version that was just announced this week.
Mm-hmm.
This is what they based it. This is the previous model with the different faces, the extra details, all the extra paint. And it's weird that I started out not liking this mold, and for some reason I've fallen in love with it, and I don't quite know why, but it looks great and it's en route. Other than that, I picked up some Big Hero 6 figures.
Who cares?
That's
So-
it.
Sorry.
Yeah, I've handled the U.S. leader version of that mold, and it's not a bad mold. And all the pictures I saw of the 8031 version, that does look really nice.
I'll have to check it out. I haven't paid attention to it.
The only thing I wish they had done for that Target Silver Knight, the Target Silver Knight Prime that they had as an exclusive, it looks great in those colors, but it uses the first edition mold, which is a fundamentally less fun mold. I would love to see these Target colors on the 8031 mold.
So how much did you pay for it?
Nice.
I paid $79.99 in shipping. It was part of a blot that when I got Quantron and Utopia.
I don't know. I just don't really like the look of it.
I mean, I figured I was in for that much already. Go ahead and get it shipped with everything else, but it came in late compared to the other two.
Oh, cool. So Stinger's on Amazon. I was looking at seeing if it was on Amazon, and Stinger's there. I'm adding that to my wish list. Okay, so anybody else? Because I've got two big ones. Okay, so I'll go with the disappointing one first. So last week we had mentioned that HLJ had I called it Mega Zarak, which of course is the Japanese name for Scorponok.
Well, and that's because that's how HLJ had it listed.
But the packaging, I didn't realize this, basically calls it Gigantic Action Scorponok. It's the gigantic Japanese Scorponok action figure that's basically... it's not even an Action Master. It's more like a gigantic Mega SCF. And if anybody who was around back then remembers, that's the PVC figure. They're about 6 inches tall from years ago. The original prototype design... Well, not prototype. The original art for Optimus Prime even had him with a little basketball on the finger. So it's freaking huge. It's gigantic. And it's really soft and kind of weird.
Well, it's rotocast. I mean,
Yeah, but
it would implode into a black hole if it was solid.
of course. But it's weird. Like it's going to go on a shelf and it's going to stay there forever. But I would be super disappointed if I had paid actual retail for it. I can't imagine anybody spending $600 on this thing.
But people did.
Can't imagine. So $75, I'll live with that.
Yeah.
Plus shipping, which was more than the actual figure. So I think ultimately you ended up paying, somewhere around
quarter.
what, 160, 170.
Yeah, But
Which would have paid for half a dystopia, Brian.
no, it wouldn't.
Yeah, yeah.
No, it wouldn't. But
Fair enough.
But more importantly, also today I got Masterpiece Exhaust and a new friend, Eddie Uregas. He sent this to me for free. He had heard my plight on the podcast and shot me an email like, "Hey, do you still want that?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And it's like, "Okay, for you, I'll cut you a deal." I'm like, "Awesome. How much?" Nothing. I'm like, "What?" So like we had a back and forth. Like, I'll pay for it. But free. So he's my hero. He's the coolest person who has ever lived, including my parents. Thank you, Eddie. You're the man.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I was man.
You complain about an expensive masterpiece and someone sends you one in the mail. I can't even get somebody to sell me a Legends Gears that Hasbro Toy Shop screwed me out of.
But Eddie is my hero, so thank you very much. Very, very much. It's beautiful. So I didn't like the red on it really pops. Like, really pops.
Yeah, it does. It just really stands out.
Gorgeous. And it's the first time I realized, because I never even paid attention to this before, that the tires are plastic and not rubber. It doesn't bother me at all, but I'd never actually paid attention to that. But I was playing with MP-10 last week. I'm like, oh, the tires are different on this. I'm like, I don't know what it is. And so I just filed it away. And picking this up, I'm like, oh, they're plastic. But like Diecast pointed out in the pre-show, that's actually better because they don't melt.
Yeah, and the cool thing about Exhaust is,
It's gorgeous.
I pick it. Yeah, I love him. I'm holding him, and I don't have the urge to go grab a smoke. So they succeeded. They succeeded in removing that action feature from it.
Oh,
I
I
was
do.
gonna ask too, Kilby, have you like taken exhaust around to small children yet and used it to extol the virtues of cigarette use?
I can't. So tomorrow is National Take Our Daughters and Sons to Work Day.
Oh,
Take exhaust with you, Brian.
Let me think through that, okay?
we'll come back to this next week,
But
assuming you haven't gone to jail.
yeah, but it's beautiful, and thank you, Eddie. You are the man. Thank you very much. God, that's awesome, man. So let's go ahead and let's see here. Jump to this week in history. Man, really? So basically, Chris does the show notes now. I don't have to scramble to get.
City.
Yeah,
That's why you
Scramble
get
City.
such good content in RFC every week lately.
So normally I would scramble to get home as quickly as I could to put the show notes together, but Chris has been doing it. And I didn't actually see what this week in history was. And this makes me
Read
happy.
both of them now. Don't just skip to the second one.
So, oh no, I'm talking about the first one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the first one. The second one, that's cool. But the first one, because we were talking about it last week on April 21st, 2004, 11 years ago, the Zone OVA, Enter the New Supreme Commander Diatlas, is released on DVD in Japan. That's really cool. So, was that the first release since the original release?
Probably.
Yeah. I mean, I doubt they did a Laserdisc for one. I mean, it's Japan. Maybe they did a Laserdisc for one episode.
They totally would.
But
They
But it-
would
but
have
if it-
cost
but-
$150.
you know, maybe they did.
Some cover art. The art would have been incredible on it.
Well, I mean, there's the link to the wiki page there. You can go look. They have like a home video section.
So
It would actually tell us.
yeah, probably
wouldn't
it would. So like,
I'm looking right now.
my DVD of this is really high quality, and I'm pretty sure I got it before this actually came out. So it might have been pressed from a Laserdisc.
All right, let me see here. Okay, so all right, 1990 VHS release, 2003 DVD box 02. The 2004 release is, I think, a solo release of it.
Okay.
The 2003 was by Pioneer. The 2004 was by Columbia Music.
Okay. So Pioneer didn't do a Laserdisc. That's interesting. I remember back when Media Play was around, I used to look at like the Pioneer Laserdiscs of anime and think that they were the coolest thing ever.
Yeah. I wish they had added Zone to the end of the Victory box sets. Just
Yeah, why not?
It's a feature because it
Tie
is
together.
It is kind of the end of the Japanese G1
And Zone ties to Victory.
but
Loosely.
Yeah, but it was never added to any of the box sets that I know of. It's always been just this random
Yeah.
floating episode.
But this week in history, more notably, April 22nd, 1996, which is 19 years to the day.
I thought that was actually pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, Beast Wars premieres in the United States.
Now-
we are old. We are
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
old. We are the oldest people who have ever lived, it feels like.
Yeah. Brian, can we take a second, just all of us sort of remember let's just remember where we were when we watched this. Just because I remember sitting down and when I was living in Raleigh, and I thought, okay, let's check this thing out. Wow, look at the CGI. It's better than Reboot.
It was at the time.
But again, Mainframe had come a long way at that point. You know?
Yeah.
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember when I first saw this episode.
I do, because at the time, we were living in a single-wide trailer. There had been bad thunderstorms the night before. We'd actually gone out into our concrete block shelter building, and I got back inside. It was about 5 a.m., and about an hour later, this actually came on syndication. I was still awake, and that's the only reason I ended up watching it first airing.
Wow.
Yeah. So I didn't actually start watching Beast Wars until the end of the second season, when it first appeared on Cartoon Network, when it was on Toonami for that week.
Oh yeah, the 5 episodes that ended that. Oh God, you started at such a good time.
Yeah.
With such a great run of episodes, with absolutely no background on what was going on. But I have to say, that's probably the 5 best episodes of any series that I can think of off the top of my head. Just
Well, I love Beast Wars and all. I think I can think of 5 better episodes from 5 other series.
well, I
but-
mean, just as
In
far
the
as
pale moonlight,
I'm just saying.
I mean, I know you're going there, Kilby.
yeah.
I'm
Planet
just saying,
Africa.
Yeah, okay. But that's Planet Africa? That's that next gen episode, right?
That took you entirely too long, Kilby.
That's the next gen episode, isn't it?
like episode 3.
Yeah.
I
That
think,
episode's that episode's terrible.
It's season
I know.
1. The whole season 1 is not that great.
Conspiracy's fun. So
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
And it didn't go anywhere.
good. Okay, so next on Radio Free Star Trek, we have the news. So Hasbro's quarterly earnings call. So Hasbro's sales jump is led by Transformers, Marvel, and other boys' toy lines. So did Transformers overtake My Little Pony?
Probably not.
Yeah. Isn't that weird that My Little Pony is like the cash cow?
No, I mean, it makes sense if you stop and think about it, because girls are buying that and adult males are buying it. So,
So at
like,
work-
they're getting both sides of the market
At
here.
work, we have a Brony Award, and it gets passed on. So, like, you know, most people at work, where they're adults and they have kids, and you know, more than half have little girls. And like, if My Little Pony comes up in conversation, you get the Brony Award. So, fortunately, even though my boss once implied that I might be a brony, which I stood up and said, I am not a brony, in a Mr. Worf sort of, I'm not a married man sort of way. It's kind of funny. My friend Mark now has the Brony Award in his cube because his daughter loves My Little Pony. And it came up. Okay, so, but yeah, so My Little Pony is still the cash cow, apparently. Interesting.
Well, that'll be interesting. You know, if profits have jumped this much right now, wait until 2016 when a little movie they're working on comes out.
What are you talking about, Don?
I think you're thinking 2017.
Yeah, Don.
Oh, is Star Wars 17?
Oh.
No,
That's
Star
this
Wars is the end of this
2015.
year.
That's 2015, yeah.
Oh,
So
Yeah,
third try,
This
we got it
Christmas,
right.
Dawn.
And
Yes.
and Star Wars Merchandise Day is in the summer, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, you know.
the 4th of July.
Yeah, so it's not even going to...
Is that a real thing?
No.
That's what they call
Really?
it.
The 4th, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the
Okay.
4th
Okay, so,
of
no, but, these are quarterly earnings calls, so we don't even have to wait until 2016. We have to wait until October
Yeah.
to get the
Well, no.
report on what Star Wars did for this.
Well, I mean, I thought Star Wars was early to mid 2016. I didn't realize it was
Christmas. It comes
was
out
Christmas.
a week
Yeah, the
before
movie
Christmas.
comes out
December of this year.
The movie comes out Christmas. The toys come out, you know, like
Tomorrow.
3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, essentially.
So we'll see how that works. Also, they have Age of Ultron, which debuted today in Europe. So
Maybe we'll get new Star Wars crossover figures.
let's hope not. So Brian Goldner, the CEO of Hasbro, confirmed the Transformers Cinematic Universe. And Transformers will be in Transformers 5 will be expected in 2017. I think we originally thought it was going to be 2016 because it was going to be accelerated because of the success in China.
I think they may have changed their plans a little bit to make accommodations for the next sub item.
Yeah.
And
That everyone will be.
It gets
happy about.
worse.
Rob Moore from Paramount says Michael Bay is working on Transformers 5.
Someone get a crowbar.
Surprise!
Someone get a crowbar and pry this man off. Please.
It's not Michael Bay's fault.
I'm not jumping on the hate Bay bandwagon. I'm just saying the man is probably tired of doing these movies. Let's get someone else in there for
Don,
take.
Don, you know what he's not tired of?
The money.
The
Bags of money.
Dump trucks.
Here's some more money. Here's
Yeah.
some.
But no,
Okay, I'll
you
do
know,
it.
you are entirely correct. This is not Michael Bay's fault. This is the fault of everyone who went, well, I hate these movies, but I like Transformers, so I'll go see it anyway.
Well, it's the fault of the
I see them.
Hasbro people who... Yeah, it's
Yeah,
the fault of the Hasbro
thanks.
people who are
Yeah.
like...
You're at fault, Brian. Thank you.
It's also the fault of the people at Hasbro who see, okay, the movie's made this way, make this much money, take some of this and throw it at him, make him come back again.
Mm-hmm.
And again. And again.
And again.
Or
And
also the summer blockbuster people who go to the movies and are like, I like explosions. They're
You're one,
nice."
but you actually really like Michael Bay movies, Diecast.
I do. I enjoy the movies. I don't think they're perfect. I think they could be a lot better.
My
but
wife likes them.
I still enjoy them. I mean, I might enjoy them even better if someone else was directing them.
I've
I
been
don't
thinking
know.
about this a little bit too, and I think if you take pieces from the first, third, and fourth Transformers movies, you could actually piece together enough decent
piece
stuff
together
to have one
Revenge of the
whole
Fallen.
good movie.
You could piece together Revenge of the Fallen from parts of 1, 3, and 4.
Probably that too.
I will say, of the four,
That's
I
all the
still-
stuff that's left over after you piece the good movie together.
I still like the first one the best. Now, I'm not saying it's spectacular, amazing, or sensational, but it is.
And the first movie is the smallest in terms of like story scope too.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is maybe why it's a bit tighter to me of a journey through the video. But I mean, it's just. I just want to get someone else's take in on this, you know.
I agree with you,
Oh,
Don.
yeah.
I would like to see someone else take the reins
Yes.
on this.
Literally anybody.
What, I wonder
Hey,
what
I would
director-
like.
Okay,
you know,
so
I
who directed Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie back in '94? What's he doing now?
They made one?
How about
Yes.
how about Brad Bird since he did Iron Giant and Incredibles?
How about somebody that doesn't do cartoons?
No, I think Bird could do a good job, but
Maybe we
doubt
need
they'll
more of a
overall.
cartoon mindset for this.
Ideally.
You know, considering that's where they came from.
Okay. Maybe.
No, they came from Cybertron.
Millions of years ago, yes.
So, let's see here. Moving ahead, because
Into more positive.
Transformers Combiner. So, that's a one-shot comic? When is the comic actually coming out? Until actually Skype crashes for good. So,
So moving into more positive things.
yes, so Transformers Combiner Hunters, a peek at what's coming at SDCC 2015. So this is a one-shot comic that's written by Margaret Scott. When is it actually coming out?
The end of July. The
Oh.
end of July specifically. The article that's linked to here, I kind of lay everything out in that.
So do we
It
expect...
looks like an awful big hand. Could that be for like, a Devastator-sized
Well, I mean,
combiner?
it's a combiner. It's like a standard Combiner Wars hand. That's just the scale they are in the comics.
Yeah.
It's
But
a black
Devastator's
one.
hands are actually different toy-wise.
But it's just this is really interesting because we don't know anything for certain yet, but this is coming out after SDCC where they said they're going to announce the name of the fan-built combiner. or show it off.
Yeah.
And the fan built combiner is going to be revealed in this Combiner Hunters book.
Or fiction debut.
Fiction debut.
Wasn't there an issue with the voting on the Combiner Hunters? I mean, on the fan built combiner poll. Wasn't there an issue with that?
Not that I know of.
Okay, I thought I saw there was a glitch or something, and something wasn't captured.
Not that I know of.
No. Oh, you're thinking of the April Fool's thing they did?
Oh, did they? Oh, was that a joke?
Yeah, when they posted the picture of Reflector.
Okay.
Yeah, and the other thing is we've got 2 different colors. The color schemes for Windblade, RC, and Chromia are consistent across both of them.
As are the weird accessories they're carrying.
Yes, which match existing swords for other toys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like there's a lot of weight here too that the stuff on the cover is based on a toy product coming out, and given the timing, it's not very unreasonable to presume this might be an SDCC thing that this is promoting.
Like a female box set, which would be cool.
Yeah.
And in the article, I pitched the idea that this issue itself may have an early premiere at SDCC because IDW always has a presence there, obviously.
Yeah.
What I'm thinking, though, is maybe this will be packed into, if this is an exclusive set, maybe this comic will be packed in with the theoretical 3-pack that this is representing.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
I kind of hope it's not SDCC just because I kind of like these and I'd kind of like to have them. And if it's SDCC, it probably won't happen. But either way, we'll find out ultimately. But these
in the meantime,
almost
it's
have
an
to be
interesting
toys.
mystery.
Yeah,
I like interesting mysteries.
me too.
They give me things to write about.
So, Figure King magazine has photos of MP-26, which is Road Rage. Awesome.
With apparently a new head.
Yes.
Well, she would need a new head, right?
So it's not just the head. They also have remolded other parts of the body to be slimmer.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're changing.
Almighty,
They're
what's
changing
wrong with Skype this week?
they're changing the profile of the body
What
as much
is
as they
it?
can without affecting the vehicle mode to accentuate it as a female character.
I didn't realize there were any remolds to the body until you mentioned it, because Trax is fairly slim to begin with. so-
Yeah.
And
The
these are small
hands are
pictures, too.
smaller. The waist piece is different,
Mhm.
and the canopy I'm not sure about, like the windshield and everything, because it's just clear, so it's kind of hard to tell if it's actually.
I mean,
That'd
it
affect
should
the
be the-
car. That would affect the car if they changed that.
Yeah.
Too much, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
But
should
now-
be the same.
But now, looking at this mock-up figure here, or early production sample, I know a lot of people have been asking about Trax's Autobot symbol, if it could be flipped over or not. This looks like there's a hinge
Mm-hmm.
that you can raise this up, and I'm guessing. Oh, I haven't got video. Sorry. You can raise it up and then just turn the panel itself 360, and then close it instead of like Bumblebee's that has the swivel in the middle of the panel. So, if this is the case, then it looks like Trax's Autobot symbol can be turned over for vehicle mode.
I wouldn't be surprised.
You lost me, Don. Actually,
It looks like the panel in the middle of the chest flips over to hide the Autobot symbol.
In a different way than Bumblebee.
Oh,
did.
I was thinking. I was
it
thinking
looks
like for the box.
exactly-
I was thinking for the shattered glass toy, is what he was talking about. Like you
it
could
looks
have
exactly the same to me as the Bumblebee toy. The way it flips around.
Yeah, I was thinking that you were saying that you could go shattered glass with it and have an
Oh,
Autobot
no,
or
no, it's
Decepticon
just-
symbol.
No, and I was just saying, some of my friends and other people have been saying they didn't know whether you could hide Trax's Autobot symbol or not, based on all the fixtures we have seen so far. But if that's an actual hinge, it looks like you can.
Yeah.
That's cool. Moving ahead, but that's awesome. I'm very excited about that. Moving ahead, Generation Cyber Commander. Actually, no, there's one ahead of that. Commander Wars Ratchet potential in the future. The first aid design art, that would be weird. Basically taking first aid and retooling it into Ratchet.
Okay, so like there's already it looks like Ironhide from Off-Road's version of the mold. So doing Ratchet off of the first aid version is not that weird, and it'd basically just be inverting the robot colors.
That's a cheat. I mean, that's what
The
that's
thing
what-
is, The thing is, we've seen alternate heads turn up in design art before that never get around to release. It's just something they build in case it's something they want to take advantage of a little later on.
The alternate heads are though usually when it's like something really novel, and not when it's just like a total cheat. To me, it's like a total cheat.
Yeah, there's not enough difference in between First Aid and Ratchet to get both figures out of the same mold. I mean, if you're just going to end up making an all-white vehicle out of Ratchet, and that's just going to look really boring. You
could always go for movie color.
Yeah, you could.
No.
But ultimately, haven't there been a couple of Ratchets that were mostly red with white and with some white in vehicle mode too? They could do that to differentiate it from First Aid.
It's just weird.
I saw some speculation. I saw some speculation that maybe it's not a Ratchet head, maybe it's a Prowl head.
Yeah, but I mean,
he's a truck in IDW now.
I went through that art, and the details really look a lot more Ratchet than Prowl. It's got the like pointy cheek guard ends, which are really characteristic of the Ironhide and Ratchet head style.
Yeah.
And we know Ironhide's coming in Wave 4 this year, but this Ratchet could be, the end of 2016, and by that point, it's not going to matter if it's fairly similar from a marketing perspective to First Aid.
Plus,
there's going to be so much time between them.
Yeah. Plus, if I'm right, and we end up with a Ironhide that's a black truck that turns into a red robot, and a red Ratchet that turns into a white robot, that should be weird.
So weird.
Hey, speaking of the alternate heads, Brian, did we ever get? We never got the Leozak head that they showed for Skirt.
No, that was Rat Bat.
Oh, that's right. That was okay. I forgot about that. Okay.
Like we never got that here, but it did come out.
Yeah. Okay. Because I was when you said alternate.
Actually, they're using
heads,
it for Serpentor for subscription service 3.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Didn't even occur to me.
Yeah, I actually forgot about that until I was just thinking about the Rat Bat release.
That one right there?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for pointing
all the way over there. So, Generation Cyber Commander simplified Optimus Prime in-hand photos. This kind of looks ridiculous.
Yeah, kind of isn't that good.
I think it's a cool-looking design. I just wish it had knees.
It's a 6-step changer, so basically...
Well, it's also 11 inches tall and will be $20, so it's going to be appealing to, people who don't want to pay $25 for a Voyager that's 7 inches tall.
I mean, I'm fine with these toys, but just something about this one just looks weird.
Yeah. It looks like they were trying to go for almost like a Power Master Prime aesthetic, kind of.
My thought is that it's kind of a Generation / G1-ish take on Robots in Disguise, the current Robots in Disguise Optimus Prime, because when you look at the truck mode, that's almost exactly what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And the wind chills kind of remind me of that too.
Yeah,
it's just odd. I mean, I'll probably buy it.
The only one of these I have my eye on is the Megatron, the 7-inch series.
Yeah,
it has knees. I need knees. Knees are good.
Yeah.
So we have in-hand photos of Sideswipe and Jazz from Robots in Disguise Warrior Class Wave 3. I want to like Jazz, but I don't.
It needs a visor.
It really does. He looks so weird without a visor.
Because I really was looking forward to Sideswipe, and after seeing these pictures,
Sideswipe still looks like it could be okay.
He's got clown shoes. He's got clown feet.
Well, you know what they say about big feet, Don.
Big shoes.
It's
difficult to find, very expensive.
Yeah, and it's sort of weird that seeing the pictures of the Jazz,
he does have big feet.
I'm warming more to the Jazz mold now than I was, and I'm liking the Sideswipe a bit less.
I like Sideswipe.
I think it may just be the angle of the photography that makes the feet look that big. They really don't look that ill-proportioned to me.
I think I can't ever have a Jazz again because I'm always going to compare it to the Reveal the Shield one.
Hey,
and
well,
nothing's
guess what?
ever going to match up to that.
Until we get a Masterpiece Jazz, you can have that one.
Well, guess what?
Maybe.
Guess
that might not
what?
be as good either.
You can have that mold again. So, do you remember last week when we waited until past midnight for the prime
Well,
time
like
reveal?
our viewers won't remember that because we went off stream at a reasonable hour and just sat around talking about food for the rest of the night.
We waited and waited and waited and waited for that prime time reveal.
We literally waited till after midnight.
Oh yeah,
I waited in the dark because my power went out.
I'm sorry, Rob.
Wait, how'd you get to the internet then? Oh, you were on your phone. Okay,
Well, so the third box set toy reveal was the loose cannon. And, well, it's Shattered Glass Stepper. And
which is distinctive from Ricochet because reasons.
Yeah.
Also, I'm just going to sum this up the same way Rob did on Twitter the day this happened. They found a way to make an orange version of the Reveal the Shield Jazz mold that I don't want.
Achievement unlocked.
I like it in vehicle mode. In robot mode, it falls apart.
It's hideous. What did they do to it?
The one thing that really sort of irks me is they picked a mold to give a target master that you have nowhere to store it in vehicular mode.
You can totally you can attach that to the speaker that flips out of the windshield and have it hold on that way.
Yeah.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, I've been doing that with actual stepper for the entire time I've had it.
I didn't know you could do that. I thought the speakers just clipped around the gun. I didn't realize the gun could clip on the speakers while in
Well,
vehicle.
I mean, the target master, like, you know the little tab on the back of Nightstick so it can plug into Cyclonus' wrist?
Right, for the Japanese version of a target master, yeah.
There's a space on the speaker where that tab, you can slide it in. Like, it's not designed to do that, but it fits just right, and it will hold on there, and it actually gives you an articulated gun mount for the car. And it can stay that way for the robot mode, too, so it's like original Stepper,
With
you know, where it had
mount.
So, if this only came in vehicle mode, I would be fine with it.
Right?
no, you wouldn't, because then it's not a transformer.
I know.
Okay, so, like, I've been studying on this a little bit more since it came out. I've softened a little bit on it, but like the one thing that's really hurting this for me is the way they decoed the head. Because it's got that white helmet thing and then just the black face,
And it bleeds into the neck.
It looks totally wrong.
Yeah, because you look. He doesn't have a lot of facial details.
No, he doesn't.
What little he has is lost in the sea of black.
Like, I get, having a dark face on a Transformer is kind of novel, and it's not a bad thing inherently, but don't do it just like solid glossy black, because it erodes the details away, especially in photography, and that's how they're selling these in photographs and video. Use like a really dark gray or a gunmetal paint. It will give you that dark effect, but it will also like highlight the details more than just straight up black.
So the more I look at the vehicle mode, I really dig the vehicle mode. I really do.
The vehicle mode's nice. I kind of am not into the black flame deco on those, on the doors and the hood, but the vehicle mode looks nice though because it's fairly cohesive.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
and it's
Robot
orange.
mode, okay, here's the thing for me. It looks like it was trying to be G2, and it just didn't get the memo.
No, I mean it's like they took the Stepper or Ricochet deco and just poured orange over it. Like the way the orange lays in robot mode with the other colors, that is exactly what it looks like. It looks like it just had orange paint poured on top and it just pooled in those spots because that's the only part that weren't shielded.
The thing that bothered me about the video is on both figures, and let me know if I'm wrong, they had the legs transformed wrong.
Oh, they were wrong. They definitely were.
Oh,
Way wrong.
You're the Transformers Collectors Club, and you can't transform the figures correctly? Like,
They're taking pages from Hasbro's playbook.
what are these, official product shots?
So it's non-official, but in-hand photos of Packrat. I think I love it. I didn't much care for it before.
I think
still
you're
don't.
crazy.
I really like it.
I like, someone was saying, and it might have been you, Brian, this is the worst set since the last worst set.
No, I didn't say that.
and that's how I'm feeling about this set. It doesn't do anything for me.
I don't have strong feelings about Packrat one way or the other. I love Battle Trap. The Jazz mold is just a good mold. I already have an orange Jazz mold.
A better
yeah,
orange
a better
jazz,
one. Yes.
A better deco of an orange Jazz mold.
And it was cheaper too.
Yeah, this is still not bad. Yeah, okay, the face deco's unfortunate, but it's still a good figure.
I'm seriously considering getting this one, so I'm still.
Yeah, I mean, Packrat is just, for one thing, like the blue has gone too far into the blue for my taste, and personal preference. I'm not gonna necessarily hold that specifically against the figure, but that combined with, I know how that figure is, I know the problems it can potentially have, and I am not feeling it. I'm not into this.
Yeah.
And I got a whole
Battle
bunch to say on the next one too, because the next reveal was even.
And it's the boss, which is Megatron. Deco's kinda, sorta like the Dark of the Moon Megatron, which was awesome. But it's based off the breakdown mold, the Cyrus modified breakdown mold, I guess.
Except they took out
the head
plate with Silas attached to breakdown. That piece is not there anymore.
So it's Megatron, and I'm kinda okay with this. Kinda okay with it. I mean, I like what they're going for.
I'm surprised.
The paint, the deco looks a little weird, like it doesn't know what it's trying to do.
I mean, I figured out, there's a big gray block in the back.
Yeah, which is like the cape hood thing.
Well, it's the tanker truck alternate mode had a gray tank on the back of it, and that's what this is trying to represent more. I don't think it's the cloak specifically.
Okay.
But I mean, they're trying to get the same color balance, and like I can kind of see it. The way they did the deco, it kind of looks like it's a truck that has a container on the back of it. It's not super convincing, but I can kind of see what they were going for with that. The thing is, I can't exactly see Megatron in this.
Yeah.
In the face or the vehicle mode?
The entire thing.
The head is a little. I like the head.
Yeah, I do too.
Oh, yeah, it's a nice looking figure. I just don't see it as Megatron.
Yeah, if it wasn't Megatron, and if they weren't trying to copy a movie figure, which was probably one of the best figures in the whole movie series, that was a pretty good Megatron.
I like it, and I hate the movie toys for the most part.
Yeah, and to get this, and the only redeeming quality about this figure is that is a pretty decent mold that we haven't got in the U.S.
And I like that.
Oh, it comes with 3 microns.
Okay, it's something that you can. The microns are pretty much throwaway anyway, but
one of them turns into a ball chain.
That one is cool.
I mean, that I have already. It's among my many things I can just grab from off screen and hold them in front of the camera. Okay, and then, they made it pink so it could be like the Energon Mace. A, that was purple in the cartoon. And B, if it's supposed to be an Energon weapon, they maybe should have tried to do it in clear plastic. And they can do armed microns in clear plastic because a bunch of them came out that way in Japan.
Yep.
Those are the two problems with that. I like that they took the Praying Mantis armed micron and made it Scalpel. Because I mean that fits. That's a good choice. And then using the one that was already Megatron's fusion cannon, the armed micron line as the fusion cannon for this Megatron. I mean, it's obvious, but whatever. And yeah, I mean, I can't see Megatron. It's a good deco on this. I like the deco on this mold. It looks really good. I just can't process it as Megatron even with that face.
The face is.
The face doesn't even strike me as overly Megatron.
I really like the head sculpt.
It's
as
nice.
Something else.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The face is Megatron enough, but the helmet, of course, trying to take after the movie one just does not.
The thing that's been echoing in my head every time I look at this is, it's Generations Megastorm from Beast Wars 2nd.
Yeah.
I like it. It didn't really change any feelings for the set overall, but it's nice getting this mold in the U.S. even if in a limited capacity. The one thing that just sort of is the chrome just sort of is there.
It was on the Orange Micron one too.
Okay, see, I've got Breakdown, but I haven't looked at him in a while. But
well, Breakdown doesn't have that grill piece.
Yeah,
that was for the Silas Breakdown.
Oh, okay, I couldn't remember the differences.
Yeah,
but I don't mind this as Megatron. I can see this as a Megatron that was still like trying to claw his way up the ladder of power, and not movie Megatron that was already the leader coming back to conquer Cybertron. I see this as like a Megatron that's still climbing the power structure level on Cybertron. But I think this set for me, the fiction is really going to make or break the cohesion as far as seeing how these characters are fleshed out in the comic.
And like the thing is to, it's supposed to be movie inspired, but they went specifically with the G1 style face, but a movie style helmet still to try to fuse them. And like, it's partly an acknowledgement that most people want this stuff for like classics or generation shelves, but it's not reading correctly to try to fit in with that.
Yeah, all that is true, but I don't hate it.
I don't. That's the thing I hate. That's the thing I hate is that I don't hate it. I don't like.
Well, you just can't figure out where it fits in.
I don't like it for what it's supposed to be. That's the problem.
But I appreciate it for what it is.
And as soon as somebody
that will be my generation's Megastorm. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
so.
like that.
And somebody is going to come up with probably even a better repurposing than that, because the Megastorm thing's a little bit sloppy since it's not even close to being a tank.
And the color, the face color is wrong and everything.
Yeah. Somebody's going to come up with a good repurposing of this, and that's going to be what sells people on this ultimately. But, like, as it is right now, it's just... I mean, they didn't even get the color right to do Dark of the Moon Megatron. They made it green. It should be, like, beige.
Yeah. We'll see.
That's all right. The fewer references to the movies is better for me.
I know. And, like we said, it's a good-looking deco.
So...
Old looks really nice decoed this way. It just does not look like a Megatron.
So we knew this was coming because we saw that in that video in the background. We know what the 5th toy is.
Gears.
Okay, well, the speculation is, and this is going to be something most people don't even know what it is. They think it's going to be Oil Master, which is the name given to a canceled Double Pretender toy that was used in the eHobby Magnificus comic book when they made the Generations version from Reveal the Shield Perceptor. Do you mean to go through that again?
So this is something that Monzo will appreciate, and probably a couple other people, maybe McFeely.
Yeah, I mean, depending how they execute the Pretender aspect of it, what toy they use, how they accomplish what it's supposed to be, it's probably going to be this set Scorponok, the thing that really motivates people to get the whole thing.
Why is that the speculation? Why do we think that's the case?
In the background of that picture that I traced around the shapes in the foreground, there's also one in the back that appears to be an ape with a very large helmet, which is the form of Oil Master's Pretender shell. I think there's more than that to it. And in, I think, the 3rd reveal video, it was mentioned that there's major retooling on the last 2. So we've seen a little bit of retooling on Megatron, which leaves the major part for the 5th one.
Okay.
There's indications to that effect, and I guess we'll know this time next week, unless, they forget when prime time is again. But
I am 65% sold on this set.
I am... Okay, let me think here. So Megatron's about 2/3 for me. Battle Traps, Jazz is kind of... No. I think I'm about 35% on the set as a whole at this point.
So
if Oil Master is what we think it is, and it looks like it's done well, that's probably going to push me to try to get in on someone's bag set.
Yeah.
And just deal with the remaining figures how I do, but...
I'm about 10%.
Yeah. I'll be honest. Well, y'all know I always get the Primus package every year. I don't want this to sound like I'm poo-pooing on the set. I'm not. Right now, this set is just not hitting me upside the head saying, you will buy me because I am awesome.
I'm about 75% on this set, but frankly, 74% of that is Battle Trap alone.
Yeah, me too.
So I mean,
And,
I might keep the bag set and sell the Primus set, and just try to just keep the lesser. I'm just not feeling the set right now. But again, the add-on figures, the fifth figure, all that may change my opinion.
And the thing is, like, I think the only thing that's keeping this from becoming another 2009 set is that prospect of they're going to do a Scorponok level thing with the last figure.
But that last egg is very small.
Yep.
Well, yeah, that's kind of the question mark now, isn't it?
That's why I think it's a legend size figure.
Which,
and if they're doing
we thought that Gears Swerve mold was in there.
If they're doing a Pretender, they're going to need a small thing to go into
Good
whatever
point. So if they actually do a Pretender shell.
Right. Whatever is going to be used as the shell component is going to need something small.
Oh, wow. Actually doing an actual shell from scratch. That would be interesting.
Maybe, or just, heavily creatively retooling something else.
Interesting.
What could they hollow out to make a Pretender shell?
I don't know. Like, everybody is trying to figure out what this could possibly be from existing materials that Hasbro has in their library. Not necessarily just Transformers, just, stuff that is around and viable to use and could be repurposed to this effect, and nobody has a good answer yet.
Was there anything from Japan that we're not thinking of as far as a Japan-only item?
Well, nothing I've thought of yet.
Is there anything that you didn't think of that it could be? Well, I would have thought of that.
Well, you know what I was thinking. He was thinking most U.S. release stuff that they could get easier.
I mean, people have even started looking at like unreleased G.I. Joe Sigma 6 stuff because there's a big ape toy for that never came out.
So I'm thinking God Bomber. Just take God Bomber, just plug something in there. And
what about the new Magnus mold, the leader mold? Just have a little.
That would be ridiculous.
It'll be Optimus Maximus as the Pretender shell.
Oh God!
It'll be 95% the same, but they just put a monkey head on top.
That'd be great. Okay, so Amazon. You should buy something. TFRadio.net. Click on Amazon. That would help us out.
They have lots of
suppositories. No.
Good news.
Yeah. Hey, so Don, do you have anything cool that people you'd recommend anybody buy on Amazon?
Well, I was just going to say I checked, and I'm somewhat disappointed they still have the same 18 copies of Master Force. I was really hoping some folks would have checked out Master Force last week or Headmasters.
Maybe they did, and the people who have it just replenished that many copies into their inventory.
Oh, hey, there we go. But, actually,
they only have room to fit 18 copies in their storeroom. So just as many people buy them, they just get that many more from the distributor.
Sorry, I'm sitting here transforming my awesome Masterpiece exhaust. It's beautiful. Hey, yeah. So let's. You know what you should get? You know what you should get? Everyone should get like an Amazon Fire TV, so they can go and watch Daredevil on Netflix. That's what I would recommend.
They got picked up for a second season.
Yeah. Man, that show is awesome.
And it's not going to have the same executive producers, so that means it's not probably going to be as bloody violent as season 1 because the executive producer was also the executive producer of Spartacus. And when I found that out, things made a lot more sense.
Yeah. Yeah, but I would recommend that. An Amazon Fire TV, so you can watch that and Transformers on Netflix. There you go. That's my Amazon pick of the week. So, moving to third-party stuff, tfradio.net/Amazon. Moving to third-party stuff, I'm looking at not overclocking again, but I moved in last week's show notes. So this confused me. It didn't confuse me in what it was. No, this is not it. I was thinking of the little mini figures that we saw. Didn't we see like those little mini sort of muscle bands?
Yeah, I think Make Toys made those to interact with Utopia.
Yeah, but I thought that's what I was clicking on so this is Legend Scale Constructicons. Now this is different. You still
got Dystopia.
This is different. A Legend Scale Constructicon set that converts into a mini Devastator.
I like it.
And the neat thing is, look close at Devastator's chest. The chest wing is made from Hook's crane.
That's awesome.
Uh-huh. These look like they're going to be potentially pretty interesting.
Yep.
That's
Yeah,
pretty
this I will.
neat.
This I will definitely pick up.
I might have to get those too. They look pretty
Yeah.
awesome.
I will definitely be considering these, depending how they're... Like, if they're sold as a set of 6 for, like, $200 or something,
Yeah,
no.
no.
If I can get them a couple at a time spread out, sure. Maybe.
We'll say they're normally about $25 a piece. So that's
I think DX9's Legend stuff is like $30-$35 a piece,
Something
but they
like
come in
that.
2 packs.
yeah.
That's pretty cool. Good job, DX9. That's really neat.
Yeah, and for those people who aren't familiar with DX9, they're the ones that did the upgrade kit for Age of Extinction Optimus Prime, the Voyager class, to turn it into a Jinrai, thank you. And also, they were also responsible for Salmore. I haven't got video, so holding it up won't do any good.
They also have been doing a lot of other Legend stuff, like the Scourge and Cyclonus and Galvatron that have been catching some attention.
Yeah,
and
then
from
Ironhide.
reports, their small scale stuff like this is actually a lot better than their larger figures.
Well, well, like I said, some companies have a niche they fall in, and I think DX9 is finding where they're hitting their best qualities.
But
they're doing a lot of masterpiece stuff too, because they're doing the Rodimus and the Astro Train, which is going to be coming out.
That wasn't
Probably
Devil Star, was it? That was the other one.
Yeah,
the
Chiga.
Astro Train.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's the other one. Yeah.
Yeah, Evil Star. I think they changed the name Devil Star to Evil Star.
Oh, I thought it was Evil. Okay.
I thought Chigger was the DX9 Astro
Yeah,
Train.
yeah, Chigger. Yeah.
That's a weird name.
Oh, Chigura?
It is.
Chigga, purple
I
Chigga.
thought it was like Chigura.
I think
Oh,
it's
that is
Shigura.
based on a train noise, isn't it? Yeah, okay.
Just
You know,
weird.
that never clicked for me before I said the name out loud.
I thought it was the guy with the cattle stunner from No Country for Old Men.
That's funny.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with falling into a niche if it works for you, and the Legends are far from the worst thing they could be doing.
No, I mean you can sell them at a certain price point. People will buy them. Nobody
A
else is really
comfortable
doing
price
it.
point.
Yeah, I mean that's why I was all about the really small mini warriors that iGear was doing when they were $20 each,
Yeah, until they upscaled them and became 45.
and then they were crap. So yeah, yeah.
Okay.
What, Don? You didn't like that?
No, I'm sorry. I just saw something on Facebook that's not even completely show related. That apparently there's a movie being crowdfunded, Helen Keller versus the Night Wolves, and the tagline is "She's a natural born Keller."
How is that in any way show related, Don?
It's
Like
not.
you said it's not entirely show related, which implies that it is somewhat show related. But I'm
It's
failing to
weird.
see that connection, Don.
I agree
I'm
with
sorry.
that.
I'm sorry. It just struck me as so.
Us too,
out
Don.
there.
Us
I'm
too.
sorry. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Don,
Don.
pay attention to this show.
I'm sorry. I'm sitting here transforming exhaust. I should be paying better attention. So it's so pretty. Okay, so let's see here. Moving ahead. Okay. This is. I want to talk about this. 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 Unique
Groin?
Toys Ordin, not Abominus, in full color. It's pretty. Oh my god!
It looked nice.
It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Now, Diecast, you have a couple of these already, right?
Yeah, and I keep saying that this is going to be an awesome combiner that people don't even realize that this is going to be like Feral Rex style combiner that everyone's going to be like, I should have picked that up.
Yeah, I regret. Yeah.
I mean, like, I think this has kind of a leg up on Feral Rex, because Feral Rex always looked kind of like large and busy and overdone a little bit, where this is like looking at the combined mode for the first time in color. They really like focused on getting the proportions of it perfect to look functional, I guess. Like, this is the first third-party combiner thing in normal size that I've seen since Combiner Wars started that I thought really gives a challenge to Combiner Wars for how the combine mode looks.
It looks killer, and
Yeah.
I want it.
You know, it's amazing because I've said before, I don't have much of a love for Abominus. It's just one of those figures that never was like my top tier figure. But I
do I wish these were Seacons? Sure, but this looks cool too.
I love Abominus.
Yeah,
So
but this,
I love me some Terracons.
Yeah, the colors balance out. It's not over, like you said, Brian. It's not like overly roided out like Feral
That
Rex.
was me.
It's okay, Don. I thought it. Yeah, I want it. So how much are these a pop?
Around 100, aren't they?
About $100, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's for the limbs.
Yeah, I'm sure the
That's-
center bot's going to be like
130.
1/3.
Yeah.
Yeah, right around
I mean,
there.
On the other hand, though, it's priced similar to Feral Rex's individual components, but it all looks a lot nicer. I mean, Kilby, you look at it this way too. Get Troll Blot first, because if you're going to just end up with one, that's the one to have.
That's the one, yeah.
Because it's Blot, and he turns into a nose.
I know.
Yeah, I started out with Blot, and that's kind of when I got hooked on
Are these
these
still
guys.
fairly easy to get? Only, 2 of them are out, right?
3 of them.
3.
Yeah.
Man.
What was the third one? Ripper Snapper?
Ripper Snapper, yep.
Yeah. No, I mean, we talked about this when these started, too. They made the right choice by leading with Blot, because I think for a lot of people, that's going to be your standalone purchase. So, like, they guaranteed themselves with that one.
So
I even want a troll. I mean, I am a troll, but that's not the point.
yeah, he's $105. Dang.
Really nice, though.
How big is this going to be when it's combined?
It's going to be as
Big.
big as Feral Rex, I would
And
assume.
how big is Feral Rex? I don't have it.
Okay, so, like, diecast, the components are, like, small Voyager size or so, right?
Yeah, I wish I had one next to me. Yeah, it's basically, if you have the Warbitron figures, I think it's going to be around
Which
the
he
same
doesn't.
height.
Okay, so, like, all things being equal, they're going to... Ordin Abominus is going to be bigger than a Combiner Wars Combiner.
Oh, there you go. That
But
makes me feel a
it's
little
not
better.
going to be... It's not going to be, like, Devastator size.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool. Is it going to be as big as my giant, mega
No.
action?
No,
How
because
tall
that's
is that?
Devastator size.
No, I know. No, he's,
Actually,
no,
that's
he's
bigger than
He's bigger than
Devastator,
Devastator.
yeah.
Devastator is what, 18 inches?
Yeah,
Uh,
Devastator's
yeah, around
23, isn't he?
No.
No.
Devastator is not 23
Like
inches.
18, I think.
Yeah, Devastator is not.
Devastator is a man's torso tall,
He is not Metroplex tall.
or Fortress Maximus tall.
Yeah. Yeah, or not that tall either. Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah. So man, I want this now. Damn it. Okay. Well, let's
Okay, last item, which should be of interest to diecast too now.
So the leader class Megatron. Oh. So is this not the same one we saw last week, or is this?
It is. This is the vehicle mode configuration.
Boom. For the people on video, that's what he looks like, and it comes with Galvatron.
No, that's
No.
just there to represent. It represents that the shoes, the slippers for the robot mode can be put on top, and figures can ride in them if they're small enough.
Oh, that's cool, but I wanted it to come with that Galvatron. So I'm
That would just
disappointed.
be silly.
No, it wouldn't. It would not. It would be like.
You know what they should do? They need to make a shockwave that turns into a gun and has an option 5mm handle so it can be held by larger figures, and have that come with this upgrade.
That would be awesome.
So Megatron can carry Shockwave around.
I would love that.
That's what they need to do, but they're not doing that.
No, they're not.
Well, Warbitron's coming out with that Shockwave.
I know, but that's not DX9,
Yeah, but
and that's
that
not coming
might
with this
work.
upgrade kit either.
Nothing is. It looks nice.
I mean,
I'm not buying it.
Depending how you feel about the parts forming aspect of an upgrade like this, that's going to color your perception. It's not the worst looking way to pile parts on a tank I've ever seen. I'm still not interested in buying it.
They should have
Like,
made it so it looked like Hero Megatron's big bellows for his air-launched missiles.
See, now that would have been a good idea. And how hard is it to like assemble things in the shape of a box?
Exactly.
No, I think my Megatron is fine as it is. Like I think the concept stuff for this showed like articulated hand replacements too. And looking at my Megatron, I don't even know how you're supposed to get the forearms open to replace those because like the screws are all cut off from access by panels that are pinned in, and I'm not really sure. I would like to see the instructions that come with this to see how some of the stuff should be installed. But no, I mean, my Megatron's fine as is.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I like it. And as Rob Springer said on a recent episode of Being Awesome, if this had come out 10 years ago, people would be losing their crap.
Oh yeah. Well, if that Megatron had come out 10 years ago, they would be too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty cool.
I mean, people still are anyway, so it's not that different.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So what else is going on TFormers?
Okay, well, XV has our text review of Windblade number 2, aka Combiner Wars Chapter 3, to go with the episode of Fanboy vs. Transformers we did this week. He also did a piece on what exactly the cinematic universe means to Transformers. Also, lots of pictures of Combiner Wars Wave 3 are coming out now. Galvatronus, Cyclonus, all of that. Everything except, for some reason, Warpath. Can't imagine why. And lastly...
Or Warpath.
Yes, and lastly, we've got a picture from actually the TFW forums. Guy by the name of Siegfried07 did Combiner Wars hotspot in just about every color scheme that we had been hoping for, including Scorponok, which was one of my suggestions at one point on Twitter.
And it just proves that it doesn't matter what color you make that toy, it looks awesome.
Yes.
Just like Springer.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I need to get a picture of Hotspot and go into Photoshop and try to make it RC and see if that'll work.
That
Don,
does.
what do you think about that?
These digibashes are nice.
I like that Thunder Clash.
Yeah.
Oh, holy crap! Yeah.
Well, I like the Fire Convoy.
I like the
What a
hose head.
surprise.
Yeah.
The Thunder Clash is nice. Some of these I'm not quite sure.
The G2 Onslaught's nice.
Yeah, the G2
Like,
Onslaught.
I kind of want to see the hose head actually happen as kind of a backdoor Guard City thing.
Yeah.
And then you
I
know
like
you get
I
like
guess
God, that's
is the purple one
good.
It is.
is the purple one on the bottom shelf clinch?
No, it's Scorponok.
no.
Since it,
No,
no. The
Scorponok's in the
purple, the bluish purple one on the
Oh,
on the
bottom
far
right?
on the yeah.
That's Onslaught G1 colors.
Okay, I was thinking
The values are a little bit off on that, but I guess I can see it.
Yeah.
yeah, I was thinking clinch since he did pyro.
I have a feeling they probably took the values from the War for Cybertron version now, the Fall of Cybertron.
Oh
version
yeah,
now that
probably
it's come out.
so. That
Likewise on the G2, because that looks about right from where I'm sitting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, Thunderclash
Wow,
looks good. I like Hosehead. The Cerebros is kind of dull looking, but it sort of works in an odd way.
Yeah.
Thunder Clash,
Yeah, I think-
Pyro.
You know, I think this is going to be another one of those Jazz/Scourge molds that's going to be just a lot more versatile than any of us.
I am totally fine with
thought
that
for.
one.
Oh, yes.
Hell yeah!
Like we could
Well,
get
I mean,
we could get all these in a BotCon set, and I'd be perfectly fine with that. You know.
Yeah.
Like just 5 of Hotspot in a box.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Don't say that. Don't.
I love
Someone
that.
I want
from
5 of these
Pub
hotspots.
is
Well,
listening.
okay. Ryan, Ryan, are we running along? Are we running good?
I mean, we're running long, but who cares? Go ahead.
No. This, if anyone at Hasbro's listening, this is what I'm thinking here. Okay.
Maybe someone at Hasbro Legal is listening.
We take the Fire Convoy, Digibash, we make that, and then we use the Stunticons to get 3 Autobot brothers, and a 4th character, and that would be Omega Prime from a different version of RID Universe 1.
Instead of the Autobot brothers.
So Hasbro Legal right now is writing this down. Crazy guy is rambling about things he wants.
But I think instead of Autobot brothers, go for Spy Changers. Because you take off road, you put a cow on him, you have Ironhide. Dead end is perfect for crosswise.
Oh God! That's awesome.
And you can do Mirage from Drag Strip, like we're gonna get anyway, but the other Mirage, and then Rev from Breakdown.
I love this idea.
And Scorponok, we can get a black Zarak, and
actually, I was entertaining the idea that since the Defensor chest plate that's made from the ladder is mostly black, Scorponok's combiner form should be black Zarak.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh wow,
that's crazy! I love that.
Yeah.
And
God,
that's
awesome. Pub, pay attention.
No, my thing was they're going to say, oh, we can do all 5 modes in one box set, and they'll buy it. That'll be a lot cheaper for us. We'll just do that.
I would buy that.
I'd buy it.
Yeah.
For XP, we're going to do a whole bunch of those
There's almost
jazz
enough here to
molds.
get 2
Here you
box
go.
sets. There's almost enough here to get 2 box sets. I'd buy them both.
Melvar, we
And
got a
also-
whole box of Seekers for you. The next Transformers
that
Collectors Club subscription is going to be all Seekers.
In
I'll buy it.
2017, when they start getting access to these Combiner Wars molds, I mean, there is even odds we're going to get a box set that is just a Combiner team.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
yeah, I
here's
totally
the thing,
see that coming.
Yeah.
I would buy the G2 Onslaught version of Hotspot if we could get basically it would be shattered glass Protectobots, which would be Combaticons, and that would totally work in those colors.
So, question.
It's actually not a bad idea.
No, it's not. Not a bad idea. Question: are we going to get a 5-year subscription Collectors Club set like we did with the aerial bots?
Since they have subscription service now, I don't think they're going to do something like that drawn out over 5 years again.
Oh my God.
2 years maybe, split it between 2.
No, it wasn't aerial bots. What was
that
it?
would be
Was it
that
aerial
would be
bots?
evil.
No, it
was an assortment of Energon Combiners.
Yeah.
God, that was awful.
Well, now
That's evil, Chris. Don't even say that.
well now the average subscription service is 5 to 7 figures, right? Just as an average.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
So they could do an entire subscription service with just any one given team.
Yeah.
No, but my
five
point.
main
But the point
figures
is,
and legends for the weapons.
Yeah. My point though was they will. Okay, so across 2 subscription services, you'll get 2 combiners, but you'll get half of each one per year.
Oh.
Now, see what I want is I want for 1 year I want one set of combiners as my BotCon set and the other set as the subscription service.
So
Battle Gaia and Guard City.
that would
That's
be
what
awesome.
I want.
So going back to this digibash, because I was looking at Pyro, and I'm like, I like Pyro. Like, what's that? And then I had to go look at the description, and it's Long Rack.
Mm-hmm.
That's freaking awesome.
I thought that was the Sam's Club version of Fire Convoy, but that's I didn't realize that.
That's another version you can get on this. Yeah, it's crazy. Okay, I love that digibash.
I would dig that Pyro.
Yeah.
I really hope that once the hotspot mold is in hand, it lives up to how good it looks so far.
I can't imagine it won't, because every picture I've seen of it looks amazing.
Yeah.
The only thing
mode.
The only thing people have been saying is that the legs don't lock in, so when you bend the knee, it kind of bends a little funny.
As Defensor, I take it?
No, as a hotspot.
The
knee has no way of clicking in or locking in, so it's kind of.
Oh, so the transformation joint moves.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh. Although the way it looks like it transforms, that would basically just give you a double knee.
A really awkward double knee, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, most double knees are awkward.
Okay, so
in 20 years we're going to be sick of these molds, just like this Seeker mold. But it's going to be such a great time to get to that point.
Yes, it will.
That's a good way to look at it, Don.
I hope in 20 years I'm not collecting toys anymore. I'm kidding. Maybe I'll grow up in 20 years.
No.
No, probably
It's
not.
too late for that.
I'll just be like the G.I. Joe fandom at that point. I'll be-
Yeah.
I'll be the
Brian,
G.I.
basically,
Joe
you'll be
fan
me.
at that point.
I'll be walking around in like shorts and socks that go up to my knees
And sandals.
and sandals. Hey Kim, this is a good one here. Do you remember this one?
Look at that diorama.
Making dioramas. Oh god. Hey, so this upcoming week's Being Awesome is all about fan DIY, fan do it yourself. Rob hasn't sent it to me yet, haven't listened to it yet, so I have no idea what that means. So it can mean a lot of things.
Well, that's gonna be an adventure for everybody.
I know. So
Rob's trying to transform our day into an adventure.
I know. Hey, again, I want to thank Eddie Aregas for the exhaust. I've been transforming it and playing with it for the last 20 minutes. I've forgotten actually how to transform the toy, so it took me a second to remember. It's beautiful. So thank you so much again. Anybody have anything else before we wrap up this week? That's a no.
Nope.
That's a no. I'm only 2 cans of Pepsi Max into the show, so
You're doing pretty good.
I need to correct that. Okay, well, guys, thank you very much for being here. For the crew, I'm Brian Kilby. We will be back next week.
Take care, all.
I am so going to see how kids react to this tomorrow.
But you know, I hadn't seen those digibashes. Dear God, that one mold can be so many things to give us so many other things.
Just like Springer.
Yeah, I want that
Well,
smart.
no, this is better than Springer.
Well,
And I want all of these digibashes. I mean,
I know,
okay,
it's-
yeah, Cerebros is a little boring, granted, but
I think like
and
okay,
they don't
so
even have Fire Chief on here.
And like I think if Cerebros was to happen, I think that would need to wait for the Onslaught tooling, because like between Fire Truck and Artillery Truck makes a little more sense.
For a pass.
Now-
Absolutely.
Now, I
And
think
neither of
I
them
think-
make sense for Scorponok. But
I think if you partially retooled the mold another way and turned the Fire Truck into a crane truck, you could make that work for Scorponok.
Yeah.
And of course, you could get a grapple out of that, maybe.
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. We've got all these digibashes of off the wall characters, and we don't have grapple. We don't have Inferno,
Siren.
Artfire on here. So yeah, I mean, there's still more digibashes to be made. More things that we could get out of this wonderfully beautiful toy.
I mean,
And
I
that's-
would not
and
mind
that's-
seeing Pyro be another BotCon take and come with, a set of Last Stand characters as the limbs.
Yeah,
And
I want
that
that.
like,
bad.
Yeah.
Realize that.
And
Yeah,
it's like
so
it's like you said-
wreckers combine, indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's like you said, Rob. That's not even touching the brave side of Transformers. I mean, that would be a perfect Horyu and Inryu set. Although they couldn't combine, but they would look good.
Yeah.
If not for the problem of Sunrise owning Brave as a franchise, I would not really find fault with the idea of BotCon referencing Brave stuff in a set.
I know. Well, I asked them that.
I
That's
think there's rights issues.
Yeah, I asked them that, after at one of the club roundtables, and they're not. They don't know as much about Brave as we do. Some in the fandom.
As you do.
No, there's a lot more than me. Come on,
Hard to believe, Don.
But it's like same thing with GoBots. They Hasbro owns the names, but the
not the
likenesses. But not likenesses. That's why we can't get that GoBots that Digibash set we've seen for the last several years. It looks so good.
Well, I will certainly be getting those Masterpiece Machine Robo figures when they come out.
Yes.
Hello,
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh, I haven't.
I have a Massey in my lap. Yes, I do.
This can only end in bloodshed.
So we're talking. So in the chat, we were talking about things will happen when we're old. Like I'll have an Autobot symbol on my walker. Don will have an RC on his colostomy bag.
Now, like a sticker or
Maybe she'll be floating in his colostomy bag.
Ah,
I mean, you
I
realize to get
guess-
in there, you would have had to eat RC.
Yeah,
No.
My casket will be
Oh.
pink and white.
Don, we can make that happen.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, no one's gonna come to the funeral, so I mean, who cares?
Well, you'll outlive me, so I'll make sure that there's representation there.
Yeah.
God Exhaust is pretty.
Yep.
Yeah.
Be careful with the white though around the hands and stuff because that will come
Well,
off.
that's the same as on the Wheeljack mold. It was,
Yeah, it's just worth being careful.
Oh, hey Chris, you probably know this. The Micron Legends kicker that came with my 20th anniversary Armada Optimus that I got from Japan, his hands have yellowed. I'm going to assume just letting them soak in bleach by itself is probably not a good idea.
Hydrogen peroxide.
That's a Microman figure, right?
Yeah.
Exposing that to air is a bad idea, Don. Microman figures crumble to dust.
I've heard of that. I want to sell the set.
This one is still particularly notorious for that, in fact.
Yeah, because I want to sell the set, but his hands are basically yellow gloves now, so I just need to.
I think any chemical treatment you would try on that would basically just entice it to self-destruct.
Aw.
Okay.
Also,
but yeah,
I
would use bleach anyway.
I still don't think we've come up with a really effective way to undo yellowing.
So bleach or peroxide, which would be safer?
Peroxide would be safer. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Probably, if you must do one.
Yeah, because he's not going to sell with yellow hands.
What about UV? Wait, that would
UV caused the
cause
problem.
it, yeah.
We need shattered glass.
Yeah, set it under a UV light, Don.
However,
At least that way you won't be able to tell the difference anymore.
UV combined with peroxide and or OxyClean might help undo some of it.
I got my UV light.
Now don't be like Kilby and bounce it back into your eye, diecast.
That was a green laser.
I know,
Did my
but-
camera come on for you guys? Because here's...
Yes.
Now it is, yeah.
There you go.
Yes, there it
hello.
is.
That right there,
Yeah,
violet laser.
yeah.
Okay.
Laser.
Yes.
Oh, you know what, Brad? You know your
Oh,
screenshot?
so show us the Mega Zarak now.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wait. Did she notice what happened to the camera?
Yeah, it
Yep.
went black.
There we go. I had to hit it
Oh,
again.
okay.
This
Darn,
light,
I was hoping you ruined it.
even though this light, it doesn't look like it does much to the visual, like in the visual spectrum. If I shine this on an old CRT TV or on a glow-in-the-dark toy, it lights up so quickly. Like a green laser or red laser doesn't do anything, but this right here will charge it instantaneously.
See, I didn't get a laser. I got a flashlight. I didn't see any purple lasers on Amazon.
Oops.
Well, most people
Oh,
don't need a UV laser
Yeah. Oh, you know
unless
what?
you're a supervillain.
Yeah. You know what you could do is get yourself a Generation Skybite in shark mode on the stand, and then take the laser and put it on top of the head, and that could be your slide for your.
So when are they supposed to reveal the last BotCon figure?
next
Tuesday, theoretically.
Ah.
Like, we should have that to talk about unless they screw up the scheduling again, in which case...
Podcast people watching, here it is.
Oh, now we just lost your video.
Yeah, your
Yeah,
video is frozen for us, Brian.
Okay.
Because I was talking to my friend Heng in Australia a few minutes ago while I was feeding Matt.
the
While you were
bathroom?
supposed to be doing the show.
Yeah, and y'all were talking about something that I didn't have anything to chime in on, and
Yeah, but that, I mean, like, that happens with Rob some of the time, and he just sits here and plays Monster Hunter. He's considerate.
That's just
This
well,
week
that's
I'm looking
just,
at Dragon Ball figures on eBay for the hell of it.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
That's just Don thinking in his head, I wish this was TFYLP. I wish this was TFYLP.
Yeah.
They're so much nicer to me.
Anyway, now I'm half considering. I'm going to wind up getting this Primus set as part of the package, of course. But I just may keep the loose set this year and let Hien get the Primus set, so that way for once he can have the box, and because he likes the set, so that way he could have the box and everything.
Who are you talking about? Massey?
Oh,
His friend in Australia.
His friend.
Oh,
Not-
okay. I'm
His
sorry.
friend Hung.
Heng, Heng.
Oh.
I really
Penny
want to
on your
like the
Chinese
box set,
dialect.
but they're not making it easy on me.
It's
No.
I like it, but it's not. It's not
Like-
jumping out at me and saying, "Just buy me because I'm awesome." It's like,
Yeah, like last year with the Scorponok, it was buy me.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
but,
You know
but
what the weird
also,
thing
I
is?
like
I can't even remember what else was in last year's box set besides Scorponok.
Jinrai.
Fire Gut Jinrai.
Yeah, that.
Oh, another orange
Metal
thing they
Hawk,
made
wasn't
me
it?
not
Was
care
Metal Hawk
about.
last year?
No,
That was 2012.
Ferric was
Defcon.
last year.
DEFCON.
That was 2012.
Yep.
Gee.
Ferric was last year. DevCon was last year, and Cannonball was last year.
And then Alpha Trizar, Ape Link, and Flamore.
I remember like the add-on stuff more than the box set.
The box set. I mean, I like the Fire Gut Jinrai, and Scorponok is freaking awesome. DevCon, yeah, the face sculpt's a little bit weird, but I still like it.
Yeah.
And Ferric, well, Squadron X, so I had to get that one.
But I had wished I'd heard from Fans Project them again. I know it's old technology. We've mentioned that, but I would like
Dinobots old technology?
No, I mean, I
In
would
this case,
like,
City Commander's old technology.
but I would like to see City Commander reissued for that Fire Guts Optimus, just to have a.
Yeah, it's just too small of a market.
Mhm.
Yeah. Which is a shame.
Yeah, because City Commander used to be the go-to. It was probably a lot of people's first third-party figure because it just really made. UA
Like
Classics.
if there was another general release of that mold in a new deco, I don't doubt that they would try to pull that set out again and do another run of it.
But they have.
I mean, rather than City Commander, I think I'd rather see Crossover Gen pull out their Power Master armor, their Power Master trailer for that.
Yeah.
That may work. See,
More
Mach 8 Toys,
expensive, but
Yeah.
because Mach 8 Toys pulled out the battle tanker for the Shattered Glass Magnus and Prime.
Mhm.
That
Although
wasn't that long after that initial run, though.
right.
Yeah.
I mean, City Commander came out in 2008.
I know. Like I said, it's old technology, but I still wouldn't mind having the an Ultra Magnus fire.
Did my camera come on for you guys?
No.
It's swirly right now.
Yeah, you're swirling, yeah. I'm still looking at these digibashes, and they're all awesome.
Yeah, they're pretty awesome.
No, but
I just
like,
want that Scorponok more than anything.
Pyro and Thunderclash, my god.
Yeah.
if Oil Master ends up happening in this box set, like I think there's enough I can stand in the rest of it to try to go for a bagged set. But man, that's going to be a hard sell either way.
Well, you know,
Battle
the
Trap.
good news is,
Battle
the
Trap
good news is Packrat's the only one that I absolutely don't want to keep, and I should not have any trouble actually selling that off
No.
after the fact.
It's Packrat.
Yeah.
yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's just, I keep waiting for a set that's like as good as the G2 sets.
Never going to happen.
I know it's, and I don't mean that bad. I'm just saying.
I'd
I
like to
wanna-
see
I
a
wanna-
set that actually kind of ties together somewhat, not just a bunch of
With a
random stuff
theme?
thrown. Yeah, not just a
Yeah.
bunch of random
Derby.
stuff thrown in the box.
And even the G2 set was not a G2 set; it was a Euro G1 set.
But it fit together for the most
Well,
part.
yeah, no, it did. I'm just saying, like, it was not consistent with its stated theme.
Well, John and I brought this up in our mini cast. So
Sorry, I haven't had time to watch yet.
Oh, that's cool. You would like to have Chris probably more like the Stunticon job set. Kind of
But not animated because I'm
Right.
kind of over animated toys.
right. But I mean, all the figures in the theme. See, for me, this theme.
Yeah.
is-
If it's a theme that I'm interested in, I want as much of the box as possible to be consistent with and represent that theme because the theme is what's drawing me to it in the first place.
Yeah.
See, if this is like like an Ocean's 11 caper, with these characters playing the roles of in a gang sort of environment,
Mm-hmm.
I can see that in this set.
Mm-hmm.
But the fiction is going to be more important to tie it all together than the toys themselves tying themselves to each other.
Right, and for the most part, like I don't care about the fiction they write.
Yeah.
And especially
yeah,
not
that's not a draw
especially-
for me.
especially not the fiction they write specifically to bring the box set together. Like there's, the side fiction, like the Beast Wars Uprising thing that Jim Sorensen contributed to. That was really cool. That was interesting club fiction. I like that. But like the box set stuff, the convention comic, I don't care about that. So, like, for me, the concept needs to sell on the strength of the toys in the box set.
Yeah. The BotCon comic is literally them just trying to fit their toys from all over the spectrum together into a story.
Right. Well,
I want a team that already fits together, and then you can make a story, a comic for them.
I guess I'm just saying I'm hoping the story is a strong enough story so I can see how these characters interplay off each other. Because as a set right now, I can see what they're shooting for, but it's just not as cohesive. It's weird. I know.
No, I mean, I get it. You know, not everybody.
And I hope you get that story, Dawn. I don't see it happening.
No, like, everybody conceptualizes this stuff differently, and believe me, I understand needing a fiction backing to give context to a set of toys to make the whole thing work in my head. But like, I've gotten to the point where for something like a BotCon set, the toys themselves have to be it all on their own. Good fiction that helps to reinforce that is a great bonus to have, but I can't make that justify the set otherwise.
I've never been able to make the fiction justify a set. That they have to be good toys.
It seems to me like the just from the outside perspective, the sets that are based on extant themes, things that are already out there, G2 Machine Wars, at least the part of Machine Wars it was Machine Wars, somewhat more appealing than the ones that were obviously cobbled together later to justify the molds they had access to.
And like the Machine Wars thing too, I thought came off pretty well because, like 3/5 of the set fell into Machine Wars, and then there was Obsidian and Strika, which they're not Machine Wars, but they are to themselves a consistent thing. So, you had majorly the element that it's named after, and you also had the secondary part of it was a cool thing to produce because the molds they picked were actually pretty good for that. I wish Obsidian had been in toy colors like they originally showed it. Yeah. I wish they had not bent to the people who wanted show accuracy over toy accuracy, because I love the Obsidian toy a lot more than I like Obsidian's show presence.
Obsidian, the Machine Wars toy?
Obsidian from the Machine Wars set, yes.
So, do you like So, are you saying you like Obsidian, the Machine Wars toy, or the Obsidian from the BotCon set?
Obsidian was the Beast Machine's toy.
That's what I meant, sorry.
Oh,
yeah. Machine Wars set, Beast Machine's toy.
I like the Beast Machine's toy, and I like that they made a new Obsidian, but I wish it had been toy colors.
Robots in Disguise or the original?
Original. I mean, I would not turn away a Robots in Disguise colored one just for the novelty.
I like that coloration.
I mean, I have actually every U.S. version of that mold that was released.
There's more than 2?
Universe.
Oh.
That was the last one that I got. I picked it up recently at a comic book store in Nashville for like $4.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that comic book store has been like massively striking out in terms of getting old stuff at any kind of decent price, so that was a small if pleasant surprise.
So what's this coloration? What is this digibash supposed to be? Shattered glass?
I don't know. I just saw it and I liked it and I copied it.
And I don't know who it's supposed to reference.
It's pretty.
Yeah,
I like it.
But the green is Constructicon green, but
and so's the purple.
Yeah,
but all the white in there makes no sense.
Unless it's supposed to be a different version of. I know.
It looks nice though.
Yeah, but I'm wondering who it's supposed to be.
I say it's not G2.
No. I'm not aware of a combiner with these colors. Like, they're too unified to be completely random, but I'm not exactly sure what they're supposed to be.
Is it something Energon? Kind of like Tidal Wave?
It may be Shattered Glass.
I was thinking... It's nice.
Let's take a look.
Do we know the artist? Can we ask the artist or the person who did it?
Hold on, I have to backtrack.
Meanwhile, I'm gonna look for. Is there not?
I'm gonna do a Google image search.
Yeah, someone else said, "Is that Shattered Glass Defensor?"
It does remind me of something.
Yeah, but wouldn't Shatterglass
EVA version? Does it make any sense?
Evangelion version. Evangelion version. To go along with Evangelion Prime.
Yeah, that doesn't quite work that well for that mold. I mean,
no. Like any one of them, you could do that, and you'd probably be able to tell.
Well, considering that the Evangelions are kind of streamlined, I think that would work better on Superion.
Yeah.
And considering the only thing I've seen for Evangelion was the series finale episode, and I've never gone back and watched anything else again.
If it makes you feel any better, Don, it wouldn't make more sense watching the whole.
Did we
It
fail to
wouldn't make any more sense, but you probably picked the worst possible episodes to start on.
But no, a friend of mine showed me that because we were going to watch something else, and he was watching that, and I finished watching it with him, and it was like, what?
Okay, did you see the movie version, or did you see the TV last episode that ends with everyone applauding him and saying congratulations?
I don't know. It's been so long.
Okay.
I think it ended with them applauding, but I don't know for sure.
It would be that or him strangling a girl on the beach. Those are the options.
Hey,
as endings?
Yes. Those are the endings.
So changing gears real quick. Did I fail to bring up the Frank Welker thing?
Yes, you did.
Crap. Okay.
Well, okay. Why not
you
do
need
that?
to record a fill-in piece
No, I'm
on
good.
it?
No, I'm good.
Well,
Breaking
why not,
news.
We're all still here.
well, why not
We're all
use that-
still here, and I think we're perfectly capable of making fun of that for 5 minutes.
So actually, for RFC Extra,
Yeah.
which this will we'll put that in RFC Extra. So
I figured, yeah.
we completely failed to mention this during the show. So Frank Welker, the pack that will be an add-on either to the Primus package or Golden Ticket price, $200. $200.
And you know what you get for
already very expensive set.
And you know what you get for your $200? You get one autograph, a non-personalized photo. You cannot take photos with him, and you get like a couple of art prints and a button.
Oh, well, that sounds like a great deal.
I'm just going to repeat what I said on Twitter. If I spent $200, spend just a few minutes with anyone, I better be doing something I could go to jail for in most states.
I mean, you know, whatever you feel towards Frank Welker is your business. I'm not going to judge you for that.
It's not really my type, but I won't fault you for
Yeah.
Now
there's like 3 more things I could go to from that would be really, really horribly mean. So Rob, be happy that I like you a lot.
now, one thing though to consider is that in order to get Frank Welker, they had to probably meet a lot of his. I don't want to say the word demands, but since he is so,
they had to meet his appearance cost.
Right, and since he is so busy, he probably has to have a certain level of things happening for him to take time out of his schedule.
Well, that's normal. Everybody has that.
Yeah, so,
You know what? I hate to jump in, and it just makes me so angry. If I was someone who is making millions and millions of dollars, I would want to give back to the fans every once in a while.
We think he
I
makes
would want
millions
to.
of dollars?
I think you overestimate how much he makes, Diecast.
Wasn't he on a
he's a
list
voice actor.
of one of the highest paid voice actors?
No. Well, he might be.
Okay, the list. I know the list you're talking about. And
yes.
It is not
Money.
his pay. It is the amount of money that the movies he has been featured in have made.
Okay.
And he is on that list by virtue of having been in everything.
And voice actors make substantially less proportionately to the work they do than on-screen actors.
So I don't think that he makes a lot in his in his salary that he gets or whatever he gets for the work that he does, but the royalties,
the
residuals is where But
and that's where being in everything just a little bit pays off.
Yeah. So
I just
income.
if I was that popular in the fandom, if they paid for my trip to go there,
guess what?
Charge
guess what? That's you.
Right. And good on you for having that attitude about it. You know, I mean,
Frank Welker has bills to pay too.
Right, because you know the residuals make money, but like a lot of these people who've been doing this kind of stuff for a long time, another big source of income for them is appearance fees.
So let me sort of backtrack. So like for the company I work for, if I have to go for that company, if I have to travel to like a convention or a workshop or something, you know, I'm not going for free. I'm getting paid for it. Mm-hmm. And that because that's related to my work. His work is voice acting. You know, I mean, it's not like he's going on vacation free. He's got to sit there. He's got to talk to people. He has to hold his breath while certain people are standing in front of him. He has to, you know, take time away from his family. It's work. So I get a cost. And the thing is, he has to, for the time he takes away from his other work, he has to displace or he has to replace the money that he would otherwise make. So it has to be worth his time and effort.
Yeah.
It has to be worth his time. So I get it. It just leaves a bad taste in my mouth because it is a lot of money.
Yeah.
And the other thing too is that. Go ahead, Matt.
I was going to say it's another $200 tacked on to an already really expensive convention package.
I just hope that most of the money actually goes to him.
Yeah.
Well,
if
and
they're
like
going to bother to do this.
And the thing I'm thinking too is that if he was just there as a normal guest, you know, most conventions you go to, when you go to someone to get an autograph from them, you pay them for that autograph.
You pay that person.
Right. You pay the person directly for the autograph. You know, so assuming that would be the case with Frank Welker, if you could just go up to him, like he's at a table with autograph sessions that anybody can go to, you would be paying for the autograph anyway.
Yeah.
The thing is with the package, you know, you're paying $200. The cost of your autograph that you're guaranteed with that money is built in. And you're also not fighting against the entire rest of the population of the convention for the time to go and get the autograph from him.
So when you're not a guest, when you're like when Stan Bush went to BotCon and had the table, he did the table himself. He came as he was in I don't know if that they even had an artist section at that point. I think he was just in the dealer room. He was paying for that table, so you paid him directly. So if you're a guest, usually that's baked into the cost of the ticket to get into the show. This is over and above that. So like when you go to I like wrestling. So there's a NWA Legends Fan Fest thing that happens in Charlotte. You go there, you pay somebody for an autograph. That's because they've paid for a table. So it's just kind of like when we have a table. You know, so I mean that's part of that.
But
deal.
we got our autograph for free.
I was gonna say we charge for autographs.
We didn't charge for autographs, and that's weird that's autographing stuff. But
it was really weird to give an autograph.
Yes, it was.
I've done it.
No, but like most conventions that invite people to come and be there, those people when you get autographs, you pay them for the autograph. You know, the fact of that not happening at BotCon typically is an aberration.
When somebody's a guest at a convention, I've never paid them directly for an autograph. When they are a guest of the convention.
Yeah, like, you know, everything I know from people who do conventions as a major hobby, that's the way it works.
Okay.
And, you know, everything I've seen, the times that's not, such as BotCon or things you've been to, I guess, you know, that's exceptions rather than the accepted rule of how the whole process works.
Now, somebody might be advertised at the convention. Like, I know that happens. People do charge for stuff. But if somebody's there, they have a panel and they do like the voice actors panel. If they're just there at a table, you're going to pay for it. But if they, I don't know. I've never paid for an autograph from somebody who was like.
And I mean, I wouldn't pay for an autograph because I'm not an autograph seeker anyway.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying, like, you know, if Frank Welker went to like an anime convention or something, you know, and you went and you got in his line and got to his table and got an autograph, you would most likely be paying for that anyway. The only difference with how BotCon is doing it, they're charging more, but they are limiting the length of the line in the process so that he's not like swamped the entire day and you're not fighting the entire rest of the population and you are guaranteed to get an autograph if you do this. So
I
It's
understand.
expensive to what looks like a ridiculous extent. There is some small justification and some logic behind it. I do not support charging $200 above golden ticket, especially, but
Mhm.
like I can understand the logic that is seen in this, just beyond covering what his appearance fee must be for this.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I understand it. It just seems like a lot. And
Yeah.
maybe like you actually, I'm not seeking signatures from anyone. It could be, you know, I would rather pay for a hug before a signature, not from a
Well,
guy.
it depends on who is wrong.
Like if it was
yeah.
like Angelina Jolie, like, hey,
No. Mm-mm.
No.
I don't know. I just
No, I wouldn't pay for that hug. That hug, yeah. That hug costs a lot more than what you're paying for it. Yeah, no, not interested. Okay, cool. Man, I'm tired. Do you guys want to stay up till midnight and see if they're going to have a BotCon reveal tonight?
no.
No. But hopefully I'll keep my power this week. That would be nice.
Yeah.
So
That'd be good.
I stopped the recording for extra with that comment.
Okay.
God, man, I don't know what happened to Skype tonight.
It was
It's
being
Skype.
Skype.
It was
Well,
Skype.
yeah.
the thing is, it only happens to you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The
really
rest of us
does.
are fine.
I wonder if it's, I don't know. It only happens intermittently too. It's not like it's the entire time.
Yeah.
because I run
Right.
XSplit, so it's not like it's XSplit doing it.
Well, Kilby has paid XSplit, I presume, and keeps it more up to date than you do.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know when my XSplit license is going to expire. It should have expired. I figured it already expired.
Maybe it auto renewed. Have you looked for credit card charges? That would be my guess.
Yeah.
If you're certain it was supposed to expire already.
How long have we been using it? 3 years. I think my license was for 3 years.
How much did the license cost anyway?
I'm back maybe $100.
I guess spread out over 3 years, that's not terrible.
No, it wasn't bad. Okay. I think I'm gonna kill the stream. People
Oh, okay.
watching live, I think I'm gonna drop off. We'll
kill it, don't cross it.
Kill it. I don't know what that means.
Don't
So-
cross the
Don't
stream.
cross the streams.
Don't cross the streams. Yeah. Okay. So we'll see you next week, guys.